Hello everyone. It's nice to see so many people who are interested in this event.
By the way, there is still some stray seats here and there, so
you don't need to stand all the time.
Yeah, also here.
Okay. So I have to mention that almost a year ago, we had another meetup about almost the same topic, or at least seemed to be. Could be same topic, but somehow it came back, and I really hope that you will see why it came back. But from my point of view, it's a disclaimer, because I'm not a real expert in that sense, as András did that presentation, which was really great. Now this presentation is a bit different from that, at least seeing it from different angle. It does not mean that you cannot ask specific technical questions, or if you are interested in one part of that, because I tend to skip all those parts which go deep. So just stop me and ask those questions as well, even the really deep ones. If I cannot answer, I will transfer it to Levente or András or someone, and they can answer that. So just do it whenever you feel. The other thing is that it's different from another point of view. Normally in these seminars, we choose one or two papers and we dig deep into those papers. This time we have so many information to transfer to you that we rather choose to use this corner, and every time we feel that there is a paper to read, we have a reading proposal saying that we propose to look at that paper. So just refer to that and you will get the presentation, or the presentation will be shared, and you can then check all the links behind that. Okay. Again, just we had András' presentation. What we are going to talk about, because I really hope that it will be a discussion, not just I am talking and you are listening, but I really hope that we can discuss also topics. So I was thinking about to have some base, some ground for the whole discussion, and we talk about natural language processing and large language models, at least from that point of view, which makes prompt engineering so important, or prompting itself important. Then, of course, we go to the main topic, the prompt engineering part. And last but not least, we brought you a couple of slides about how do we see the horizon, what is coming, and what are the aspects we propose to discuss a bit about that future, what is coming. Okay? So far? Okay, then let's jump. First of all, language. How do we use, as human, how do we use the language, and what for? And some scientists say that the whole perception of our reality is based on our language. That is the reason, by those scientists, that a small kid, can see the bird quite differently than we do. Because without the language, it means a bit different. Whether it's true or not, or whether it's the right way to think it, we don't know, but one thing is for sure, that the language changed how we behave, for sure, and that also developed with us during the years from the Stone Age. But jumping a bit from the Stone Age, recently, I mean the last 100 years, when the Industrial Revolution happened, and then we started to boost the whole technical development, we started to try to mimic our language, to try to understand how it works, try to mimic how we do that, and we try to build machines which can speak or understand language or write or anyhow to process our language. There were several solutions for that, some good, some bad, but in the recent years we could see a very rapid development in that. First of all, we thought that it's about frequency, how frequent a thing, a word, a symbol appears. That somehow leads us to the understanding of the certain text or any kind of language part. But soon we realized that it's not enough. Yes, it has something to do with how frequent a certain symbol or a word or something, but it's not enough for us. Why? Because that kind of approach, and maybe you know those approaches like bag of words or other algorithms, those approaches cannot really point how the language works as a system, how different things relate to each other in our language, like words. What is the relation between words? That system couldn't catch that. So we stepped on and we tried to find solutions where we can catch that relation between the different parts of a language piece or the symbols of that. And for example, word-to-vec solution, maybe you will all heard about that. That was the way to somehow translate, for example, the different words into, or embed that words into a space where we can somehow find that relation between the words and deal with that relation. I mean, using and understanding that relation. For example, here you can find that how these words relate to each other. And it's interesting that the king and the queen, the relation between that two is very similar to the man and the woman, which is in the semantic anyhow. So we could translate that in a mathematical way to a kind of a certain space, these relations. But it was still not enough. But why? Because as we speak, it's in the time, it's a sequence. It also matters which word comes first and which comes next. So it's not enough having the frequency of the different parts. It's not enough to have the relation between the parts, but we need to know what is the sequence, what is the order in that language. So then new models came, sequence models, where we started to also listen or attend to the fact how those words or any parts of a text come to each other. Now we are quite close to the 2 days, but it was still not here. These kind of models, anyone, any example for that, like LSTMs or CNNs? Yes? Yeah. So it is not the state of the art today. Why? Because it was still not enough to have that, because we couldn't do a lot of things with those models. They were able to do enormous things on language, but still was not